Hey everyone, Nukin here from Team Skunk Republic, bringing you another How to Do Heroic Tank Raid video. What we're going to be doing today, we're going to be looking at Phase 2 of the tank raid. We'll be using a Droid and Jawa mixed team. We have HK-47 in the leader position, followed by the two droids, IG-88 and IG-86, and the two Jawa, Chief Nibbit or Neebit, don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and Jawa Engineer. You don't want IG-88 or Chief Nibbit to be the leader. You want HK-47 in there, and you want to omega his leadership ability. Jawa Engineer is also pretty crucial. There is really no substitute for Jawa Engineer in this team, so be sure to be farming him from the guild store. What we're going to do in this video, I'm going to talk about the mods that I used. I'm also going to talk a little bit more about the team while watching some of the gameplay, and then give you some tips and tactics to use when executing with this team. Alright, so let's look at some of the mods here. I know these aren't the perfect mods, but they're pretty good. We have HK-47 using a speed arrow. He's using a crit damage set and a 2-piece crit chance set. For the triangle, he's using a crit damage triangle. For secondary, I got some speed and crit chance on there, which is good. HK-47's crit chance is a little bit lower than the other droids. And I'm using a potency primary cross, and that's because he has some debuffs to land, and I want them to land, especially that defense down. IG-88, he's using a 2-piece crit chance set and a crit damage set as well. Got a speed arrow on there. For all these droids, you want to use a crit damage triangle. He has a crit damage triangle as well. And for the cross, I'm also using a potency cross, and that's because he has some debuffs to land as well, and I want them to be landing. For IG-86, he's also using the same sets, 2-piece crit chance set and a crit damage set. He has a speed arrow here. Now for the secondaries, you do want to get offense and speed and crit chance. Managed to get some of that on this triangle. And for the cross, I'm using a offense primary cross, and that's because he's going to end up dying anyway. He's going to be revived by Jawa Engineer, so no point in giving him protection on there. For Chief Nibbit, I'm using a health primary set on all of these mods, and they're all health mods. This is because Chief Nibbit has a ability on his basic attack to give protection up based on his health. So I am maximizing that buff by giving him health mods, and I would have put a health mod on that cross if I had one. Even the circle is a health mod. Now you can use a speed set on him, which is also good. Speaking of speed sets, this guy could also use a speed set, and this is probably the most controversial mod choice for Jawa Engineer out there. Now I'm using a speed arrow, which is a defense mod. I'm using a defense triangle and a protection cross, and this is basically because I have him fast enough to go before the tank goes, but I want him to last to the very end because it's very important that he's there healing your Chief Nibbit and reviving some of your droids. Alright, so we made it to the gameplay footage. So here's the team in action. I'm going to watch this video with you and try to give you some tips on how to execute with this team. Jawa Engineer is always going to go first, and you want to use that recalibrate ability on the second special on the right. That gives your team full turn meter and crit chance up before the tank gets to go, which is great. You want to use HK-47 and IG-88's special attacks that are AoE attacks, which stands for Area of Effect attacks, hoping to get some defense down debuffs landed. Then IG-86 and Chief Nibbit's special attacks that call allies to assist should be used right away. So here's Chief Nibbit. He's going to use Desert Ambush, calling some allies to assist. And the goal here is to topple the tank before the turn meter, which is in the center, reaches full. and that gives you the morale 2 bonus. So here we've knocked out the right turret, we've knocked out the center turret, here's the left turret. So now the tank is toppled, and we have 2 morale bonuses. We have morale 1 and morale 2. Now the morale 2 bonus is the bonus that you get when you topple the tank before it takes a turn. What is it? It gives your team 25% more speed, which is, it's a percentage, so the quicker your mods are, the more you'll benefit from the morale 2 bonus, and you're doing most of your damage when the tank is toppled. So if you're faster, you're going to be taking more turns, and you're going to just be doing more damage overall when the tank is toppled. Now you're not going to get this bonus every single time because you're going to be toppling the tank quite a bit in this phase, but whenever you can, you should go for it. And now the tank sometimes will take a turn before you kill the top 3 turrets. Just let it take a turn, but don't kill the top 3 turrets until you can do it all at once. So the tank just got untoppled, and right away we're using the same technique. AoE attack from HK47, try to land some defense down on those top 3 turrets. Hit the top 3 turrets with your droids. Spread out the debuffs. Now Jawa Engineer has thermal detonators. Now if you can have all 4 of these units debuffed, then IG88, the droid all the way on the right, he'll do the maximum damage because he gets bonus damage when there's for each debuffed enemy. Now you're also trying to spread out the damage. So the left turret is quite low, so we're gonna start focusing on this top turret up here. Use some area of effect because it's not gonna finish the left turret. It's gonna soften it up a little bit. Start focusing on the right here. Some area of effect to spread out the damage. We knocked out the left and the right. One more basic, and we got it. So now this is how you maximize your damage. You have speed down on the tank and morale 2 bonus with Jawa Engineer's crit chance up buff. You are just going to go to town on this tank. So that is the maximum amount of potential that this team has when all of these things fall into place. The sad thing is they won't, but when they do, it is great. And if you can just get one of these things to click, then you will be doing much better and maximizing your damage potential in this phase. Now, some things to note are that you want to, if you don't have speed down, you can use HK47's AoE attack quite a few times when the tank is toppled. Sometimes you might want to save Jawa Engineer's recalibrate move or Chief Nibbit's special assist attack just when it's when it's not toppled. So when the tank does go back to normal, you have a better opportunity to knock it down again and get that morale 2 bonus. So sometimes you're saving your specials instead of using them when the tank is toppled. But that is basically how you use this team in the raid in Phase 2 with a Droid and Jawa team.